The idea that our existence might be a simulation has fascinated thinkers, scientists, and philosophers for decades, merging elements of science fiction, quantum physics, and philosophy. This notion, often referred to as the simulation hypothesis, suggests that reality as we experience it could be an artificial construct created by a more advanced civilization or intelligence. To delve deeply into this topic, let's explore its origins, philosophical underpinnings, scientific considerations, and counterarguments. Origins and philosophical foundations. The modern simulation hypothesis gained traction through the work of philosopher Nick Bostrom, who in 2003 published a paper titled, "Are You Living in a Computer Simulation?" Bostrom posited a trilemma, arguing that one of the following must be true. Almost all civilizations go extinct before reaching a post-human stage capable of creating detailed simulations. Advanced civilizations choose not to run simulations of conscious beings for ethical or resource reasons. We are almost certainly living in a simulation. Bostrom argues that at least one of these propositions must be true. Several lines of reasoning support the plausibility of the simulation hypothesis. Technological advancement. The rapid progress in computing power and virtual reality technology suggests that creating highly realistic simulations may be possible for sufficiently advanced civilizations. Statistical likelihood. If simulations become commonplace, the number of simulated realities could far exceed the number of base realities, making it statistically more likely that we exist in a simulation. Fine-tuning of physical constants. The precise values of fundamental constants in our universe, which seem perfectly tuned for life, could be explained as parameters set by the simulators. Quantum mechanics. Some interpret the probabilistic nature of quantum mechanics as evidence that reality isn't real in a classical sense, potentially supporting the simulation hypothesis. However, the notion of simulated reality isn't new. Ancient philosophical traditions like Plato's allegory of the cave questioned the reliability of sensory perception and posited that what we perceive might be mere shadows of a deeper truth. Similarly, Hindu and Buddhist philosophies discuss the concept of Maya, the illusionary nature of the world. René Descartes, in his Meditations, entertained the idea of an evil demon deceiving our senses, which bears resemblance to the simulation argument. Scientific perspectives and technological plausibility. 1. Computational feasibility. With the rapid advancement in computational power, the idea of simulating entire worlds or even universes doesn't seem far-fetched. Already, scientists create sophisticated simulations of galaxies, climate systems, and biological processes. Games and virtual environments have evolved to be incredibly realistic, blurring the line between digital and physical reality. If computing power continues to grow exponentially, a la Moore's law, future civilizations could potentially simulate entire conscious experiences. Quantum computing may further accelerate this trajectory, offering the processing power necessary for vast, detailed simulations. 2. Quantum mechanics and reality's glitches. Quantum physics presents a realm of strange phenomena that some interpret as potential clues that we might be in a simulation. For example, the observer effect. Particles behave differently when observed, suggesting that reality could behave similarly to a rendered video game, where detailed physics renders only when observed. Pixelation of space-time. Some physicists speculate that space-time itself might be quantized, like pixels in a video game, implying a form of underlying computational structure. Anomalies in physics. The universe's fine-tuned constants, like gravitational strength, seem improbably aligned to permit life. This fine-tuning might hint at underlying programming. 3. Consciousness as code. Emerging research in neuroscience and artificial intelligence raises questions about whether consciousness could be emulated computationally. If consciousness is a form of data processing, then simulating subjective experiences in artificial beings might be achievable. This opens the door to the notion that our own minds could reside in an advanced system, much like non-player characters, NPCs, in advanced simulations. Counterarguments and skepticism. 1. The complexity problem. Simulating an entire universe, down to every particle and every neural interaction, might require computational resources beyond even the most advanced civilizations reach. Critics argue that even a partial simulation, involving trillions of interconnected processes, would be infeasibly complex. 2. The base reality question. If we are in a simulation, the next question becomes, who or what created the base reality in which the simulation exists? This can lead to an infinite regress of simulated worlds with no clear resolution. 3. Lack of empirical evidence. While the simulation hypothesis is intriguing, there is no direct evidence supporting it. The hypothesis remains unfalsifiable, meaning it cannot be proven or disproven by current scientific methods. This places it more in the realm of philosophical speculation than empirical science. 4. Consciousness as irreducible. Some argue that consciousness might not be replicable by algorithms or computational systems. Philosophers like David Chalmers describe this as the hard problem of consciousness, the subjective experience of being, which may not emerge from mere data manipulation. Implications, if true, moral and ethical questions. If we are in a simulation, what are the ethical responsibilities of the simulators? Would suffering in our world be an intentional part of the design, meaning and purpose? Some argue that discovering we are simulated could devalue our experiences, while others suggest it might not change our understanding of meaning. After all, our subjective experiences remain real to us. Spiritual overlaps. Interestingly, if our world is a simulation, this might align with certain spiritual views of a higher intelligence orchestrating reality, reinforcing rather than dismantling religious narratives. Testing the hypothesis. Efforts to test the simulation hypothesis have been suggested, such as looking for computational artifacts, searching for anomalies in cosmic radiation, or patterns that suggest underlying code. Artificial intelligence and simulated minds, creating sophisticated AI systems, and observing if they develop consciousness, which could hint at parallels in our own existence. Conclusion. The simulation hypothesis stands at the intersection of science, philosophy, and speculative fiction. While it cannot yet be empirically validated, it raises profound questions about the nature of reality, the limits of technology, and the scope of consciousness. Whether or not we are living in a simulation, contemplating the possibility enriches our understanding of the universe and our place within it. Perhaps the pursuit of answers, whether they lead to code or cosmic truth, is what ultimately defines our human experience.